welcome back to A Girl and Her Pen. Today I'm going to show you my top 10 tips and tricks in watercolor painting, so stay tuned. Okay, so after you have your water set up and your palette and your paints, and go ahead and make sure that your paper is taped down because watercolor tends to pucker paper. Then get a generous amount of water and go ahead and wet your paints and fill up one of your dishes in your palette or whatever you have, and begin making broad strokes to make a flat cover on your paper. You make one stroke, pick up some more, start right underneath that first stroke on the bottom, keep going till you fill up the whole paper. Then next I'm going to show you wet on wet watercolor, and that's where you just get a different color and you just dab it on top of the broad strokes we just made. And then you can do whatever you want, add different colors, and voila, you're finished. The next trick I'm going to show you is adding alcohol. You can use a Q-tip and tap it. I'm just pouring on the lid just to show you how dramatic it can be. It makes like a fisheye effect, really cool, one of my favorite things. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to make a gradient. You're going to pick up a lot of your pigment, and I'm choosing red and crimson red, and I'm putting it on inside the palette with a lot of water, and then I'm making a more watered down version of it so that it will keep fading and fading to make a gradient. So I'm starting at the top with the thicker color, and it's exactly what we're doing with the broad strokes, by the way. We're going one brush stroke, then we're starting at the bottom of the first brush stroke, doing a second one, keep etc., etc. So then you're going to take the lighter solvent and you're going to just finish it off, and it's going to get lighter and lighter and lighter until finally you have this beautiful gradient. Next I'm going to show you texture. I filled up this picture with just tons of paint, and then I'm taking saran wrap and I'm just applying it over the top of the wet paint, and some areas can be raised, some can be down, and I'm going to set that aside to dry, and once it's finished it's going to look like this. Beautiful, right? Okay, so next I'm going to show you how to do another texture with a sponge. So I've already wet the background, made like this gradient look, and I took the sponge, dabbed it in a bunch of paint, and just spread it across, and that makes a cool texture as well. Okay, another one I'm going to show you how to do is to remove paint. So let's say you messed up, you can just over the area you messed up, add a lot of water to a paper towel and just soak it up, and it'll just disappear. This one I'm going to show you how to do clouds. So I put down the broad stroke blue background, solid background, and I just added water to a paper towel and I removed it, and beautiful clouds. On the same picture I'm adding an extra blue on the bottom, and I'm sprinkling Epsom salt all over, and this makes a really cool texture. It's one of my favorites as well. Okay. That picture we started earlier, I'm just going to show you glazing. So over the dry watercolor, I just took some brown and I'm just spreading it over. I guess it's burnt sienna, but whatever, it's brown. And I'm spreading that over the top. It makes a cool glaze. You can make all sorts of layers. It's good for skin, good for trees, anything. So yeah, just had fun with that. Okay, next I'm going to make a splatter effect. You just flip your brush from underneath after you've put on a generous amount of color, and it makes a cool Jackson Pollock look, right? Thank you for watching A Girl and Her Pen. I hope you enjoyed it. Join me next Wednesday evening if you want to see more tips or tutorials dealing with art, and I hope you have a great weekend. See you later.